Good day, I bid to everyone. So today we are going to have a debate on the resolution of the issue of foreign employees' health and safety during the pandemic COVID-19 can be solved with tripartite approach. The debate will come to order. Representing the proposition team are its first speaker, Nur Azlin Najwa binti Samsudin, the second speaker, Siti Nur Hazikah binti Ismail, and its third speaker, Nur Izati Nazira binti Ayub. As for the opposition team, its first speaker is Nur Shafika Izwani binti Musa, the second speaker is Fatin Nur Aisha, and the third speaker is me, myself, Salina Anaconda. Today, we are having two moderators. The first session will be taken over by me, while the second session will be taken over by Siti Nur Hazika. All right, everyone. I need all of you to pay attention to our debate time arrangement. So each speaker will deliver a 5-minute constructive speech. I will clap my hand twice after the third minute and thrice after the 5 minutes ended. So if you heard I clap thrice, you should stop your speech. After each speech, I will immediately call upon the next debater to begin her address. Are there any questions regarding the arrangement? Okay, I suppose no. All right, thank you. I call upon the first speaker to introduce the proposition case for 5 minutes.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. So my first point is, what is the issue of foreign workers in Malaysia? The first issue is government already did a good job for the foreign worker. As you can see, we as government has been protect the foreign worker. We have did so many legislation and law just for the workers. First of all is under foreign workers compensation schemes, which is we cover accidental death, medical expense, permanent disablement, and temporary loss of income due to temporary disable. This is can be covered when foreign worker have issues in the workplace. But and this is the equal for the local workers, which is we as local workers, we can get local workers can get the same as foreign workers too. Okay, and then my second point is mistreatment. There is no mistreatment in the for the foreign workers because we as government have already did a room or house for foreign workers during the pandemic 19. As you can see, in 2020, we as government already booked a village for the foreign workers in order to separate them from the COVID-19. So we as government already did good job. So there is no issue in here as foreign worker. That's all from me.
I thank the members for her remarks. We shall now hear the first speaker of the opposition.
So after hearing Azlin propose about the roles of government in protecting the foreigners, I would like to highlight a few points that I think have been neglected by the government itself. We have to remember that in this country, we are not only protecting the foreigner. By protecting the foreigner, that means we are also protecting our own people. And you have said earlier that there is no mistreatments that have been faced by the foreigners in the company, which means that they have been receiving a good salary and a good working. But I would like also to highlight about the quality of life of the foreigner. And if you can see, one of the things that has been quite a disturbing not only to the local authorities is the situations of how they are living in their own houses. So most of the company, even we as the government, also always says that they already have house. They always have a good protection from anything that could happen because they have a good housing that have been provided by the company itself. But I would like to highlight that in a recent research done by Jabatan Tenaga Kerja, there's been since that um, the foreigners actually been violating the Act 446, which is the act that is highlighting the quality of living in housing, which is most of the time in one house they could only fit up to 12 people. But when it comes to this foreigner, they have been living for up to 30 and 40 people in the same house, which means that they have been using the whole house from the front, even from the starting of the door to the second level or third level. Even though we can see that the house is actually big, it is actually not fulfilling the criteria that actually been highlighted in the Act 446. And also, the recent government always says that this is a serious issue and that this is an issue um, that have been their concerns for the past year. But why there have not been any acts that are actually forcing the company or actually forcing the foreign itself to know that what they are doing is actually bring harms not only to themselves but also to the community. If I would like to relate this to the situation for this COVID-19, our country has spent 6.3 billions only for them to receive the swab test for them to be tested for COVID-19. 6.3 billion is not it's not a low price, it is very high price. And considering that we could actually spend that amount to our own local people, that's mean how much we have been losing for trying to protect them. I'm not saying that we should not protect the foreign workers, but I'm saying that if we already start earlier, if we already start to prevent this thing from happening, we would not come to these situations today, which is the cases have been rising, and most of the cases rising are actually comes from the quality of life in housing area of the foreigner, which means that they have no space, it has been too crowded with too many people, and it has been easier for the virus to spread among them. So that's all from me.
All right, I thank the member for her remarks. We shall now call upon the second speaker for the proposition.
Thank you for the opportunity given. The topic for our debate is that the issue of foreign workers and health safety during COVID-19 can be solved with the tripartite approach. We, as the affirmative team, believe that this statement is true. As the representative from the employer, in my point of view, the first speaker from the opposition team has tried to tell you that the foreigner have violate the law with stay more than 30 people in a house. So, in my point of view, it is wrong because as an employer, we have provided a variety of actions in order to protect the health and safety of the foreign workers during this pandemic. So, one of them is we has created an accommodation for the foreign workers, such as we move the foreign workers that live in the sites to the flat or building that run by the company. So this is to avoid the spreadness of the COVID-19 fastly. Besides that, we also provide the basic necessities for the employee, such as toiletries, food, and others. So this in order to prevent them from stay crowded in one place, thus the increase the time to spread the virus. So my second point is to oppose the opposition team that say that the budget or the government money is spent to the COVID-19 swab test is high. So in my point of view, the government has directed to the employer to bring their employee for swab test because from the swab test, the companies fully support their employee for the medical expenses. This is to protect the health of the employee and as a prevention for the staff for being the COVID-19. So As stated in the news on 24 December 2020 in RTM1, according to Senior Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, starting January 1, the employers who fail to send their foreign workers for COVID-19 tests will be penalized under the Prevention and Control of Infection Disease Act 1988, also known as Act 342, because some of the factories have been instructed to shut down after their workers were found positive. So, to prove that this action were taken by the employer, we can see that over 6,000 foreign workers in Penang was screened for COVID-19, as reported by the News Straits Times on 5 December 2020. So, in conclusion, I ensure that the employer has played their role in settling down the issue regarding health and safety of foreign workers during the COVID-19. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you. I now call upon the second speaker for the opposition.
Okay, thank you to the second speaker of the preposition team. So, based on my point of view as an employer, I think I am going to agree with what the first speaker of the opposition team had spoken, especially regarding the housing issue, where the foreigner has been crowding in one space for a long time, and even though there are initiative taken by both the employer and government to settle down that issue, I believe that they are also some employer that has been neglected to do that because they wanted to save more money. As you know, housing can be super expensive, especially for you um to pay for all their basic necessity costs like the toiletries, maybe the maintenance of the house, and this can make the employer can act as if they had been doing um the task to control this crowd of foreigner in the housing area, but they are not actually doing it. And I think for the foreigner, I think it is best for them to be rest for a while for a week, because as of now there are so many, and I can say like more than half cases are asymptomatic, meaning that people does not have the symptom of COVID-19, but they actually have the virus. So with um with making the foreign worker to take a rest for a while from the work, we can not only protect the foreign workers from the virus, but also to our local employees for the organization, so that we can prevent more employees from having that viruses that which can lead to the downfall of the company eventually. Okay. So my second point is about the insurance. I think the effort and the legislation that has been done by the government is already good. That make that letting the foreigner to have the insurance, especially the health insurance, the accident insurance, the coverage. But I think it is best for a while for us to decrease the amount of insurance for us to save the economy, because as we can see, our country has also lost a lot of money due to the pandemic, and so does many company. And that is why I think it is best for us to decrease the amount of the coverage, or maybe to lessen their insurance coverage. Okay, so I think that's all for me.
Thank you, Fatin, for the remarks from the opposition team. Now, I will call upon the third speaker from proposition team to deliver the final constructive speech to support the resolution.
Thank you for the opportunities. I'm as a representative of foreign worker want to propose that our entry as immigrant worker to Malaysia bring benefits to the workplace and does not even harm physically, safety and help to the local employee. A major side of effect of hiring foreign worker will be creating a more diverse in workplace, which is a beneficial one. Foreign worker have a perspective that are different than the local workers and will contribute to the environment and making it more global minded. As for the issue of health and safety that rise, we believe that foreign worker not the factor that bringing harm to others. My point is foreign worker are more aware and understand the act and safety procedure while working. It is because employers provide the induction training or educate safety and health that is relevant and effective to foreign worker who are unfamiliar with the workplace risks and may have never done the sort of work being asked for them to do. Employer make sure that these foreign worker understand the importance of health and safety in the workplace, how it managed, and that effective supervision can address any weakness in understanding instruction or training. Therefore, foreign workers also are sensitive and aware to atmosphere that are result in accidents and injuries, such as when government mulling mandatory swab tests for foreign construction workers. They are aware about the COVID-19 and they undergo the swab test without objection. Foreign workers also follow all the taking steps towards zero accident prevention, like wear proper clothing for the job site, use the PPE provided where it's required for their job, wear protective eyewear when using grinders and other equipment that may be hazardous to the eyes, and also they educate instruction about a piece of machinery of equipment before use it. Thus, what I want to highlight is the law and the action that are taken by the governments and employers in the foreign worker health care, ensuring that safety and health of foreign worker are being well. So that's why foreign workers are not the one who bring the harmful to others. So that's all for my proposition. Thank you.
Thank you for the remarks from the preposition team. Now, opposition team will deliver the last speech opposing the issue today.
Thank you, opposition teams, for the fruitful justifications. Hello, everyone. As I am the employees representative, I give my 100% agreements not only on behalf of my team here, but also for all the employees, including the foreign employees. And I hope that the proposition team still able to stay focused until the end of the debate today, because I need you to hear and listen to what I'm gonna say, because you have to make changes on what you have said. One, in public, but do every single thing that you have said in protecting the welfare of foreign employees. As all of us here heard from my team's justifications, it sounds like the proposition team justifications are invalid, I would say. Why I said so? Issues among issue related with foreign employees. Even near my housing area, there are few construction sites. And guess what? Some of the employees are living there. I believe that they are the foreign employees, for sure. So the saddest part here is the so-called house that they are living in, the walls of the house, they use plywood. As for the roof, they use nylon canvas. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine you are living in that circumstance? Okay, now let me ask the proposition team. If you are a truly responsible government and employer, you do everything what you said for them. Do you really think that we are still debating this issue today? Because for me, if you really do or implement every single thing that you have said, such as the law and regulations, accommodations provided, transportation, training induction, PPE at workplace, I don't think that our today's debate is necessary, since I believe that there will be not so much issues related with foreign employees arise if you do all that. And that's end my justifications today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Salina, for summing up the opposition team. So now we are going to take 5-minute breaks to give time for moderator to discuss and decide the winner for this debate. Okay, now we has come to the end of the debate. So as an overall, we can see that the opposition team has shown a strong remarks and point in this debate. Thus, I would like to conclude that the issue of foreign workers' health and safety during COVID-19 could not be solved with the tripartite approach. So hence, the government need to tighten the law and take a drastic movement in order to ensure all parties play their role in handling the foreign worker issue. I declare this debate officially concluded. Thank you.